Hey everyone, welcome to this week's episode of our podcast, Is Breakfast Included? How are you? That's really good. Today on the show, we sit down with Will Brennan and Logan Seidel, collectively known as Robot Monster. Now remember that name. Back in early 2020 during the pandemic, Will and Logan weaponized Instagram and TikTok and started releasing a series of videos. In a few short months, they gathered thousands of likes, including some pretty famous people that they'll talk about. They just released their debut album via all streaming platforms, in particular Spotify. And you can get their vinyl through their website, robotmonstermusic.com. Anyway, these guys are going to be huge. They took a little time to talk to little old me. It was a lot of fun. Let's check it out.
How you guys doing?
Good. How are you?
Good, man. Hey, thanks for doing this.
Thank you.
Yeah,
thanks
of
for having
course.
us.
Are you guys in a music store or in your music room or what?
Just a music room.
Right on.
Little drum practice room.
Right on. Cool. Tell everyone who you are.
So we are Robot Monster. We're a rock duo from New Haven, Connecticut. Yep,
New Haven.
New Haven, Connecticut. Yep. I sing and play guitar.
And I play drums and I also sing.
And that's Will and Logan, correct?
Yep.
Who's Will? Who's Logan?
I'm Will.
And I'm Logan.
Right on, man. When did you guys meet? How long have you known each other?
We've known each other for a long time.
Yeah, we met. Will was always a couple years older than me, and I knew him as an older kid, just locally in New Haven as a musician. He played with my brother in bands and stuff, and I always looked up to him. And then when Will was around here, we linked up and started playing together.
Cool. When was that? When did you guys start the band?
So around, I'd say late 2020, during the whole pandemic, lockdown, COVID, we started uploading some videos online to social media. It's like Instagram, and surprisingly, a lot of the videos, surprisingly at the time, got a ton of views, and we got like 300,000 views on like the first video we posted, and so we just kept going at it, and we started getting some traction. And producer Jakir King sort of got in touch with us. He tapped us and said, "Hey, like I like your raw energy. I'd be interested in recording you guys. If you could get some songs together." So Jakir sort of captured lightning in a bottle and said, this could be a thing, and we sort of created the vision together for what
right on.
Mm.
So this whole Instagram, TikTok thing, that's where I saw you guys around mid 2020. And I remember just what caught my attention was not only that you guys were a two-piece. I've worked for a two-piece band called Death from Above 1979. And then you guys had that same energy, but you guys had the coolest cat in your videos. Who is that guy?
Oh, that's my grandfather.
Right. But you guys were filming in like wrecking yards, and I guess behind your house, and that you were doing something different, not your typical like just jam videos.
Yeah.
Was that a collective idea that you guys had?
Yeah. Well, we actually we were filming videos at first, and then I think we got inspired. We saw something like, I think in your yard it was like a kind of messy, and I was like, what if kind of looks like a junkyard here? Filmed in a junkyard, and then that sort of inspired us to actually film in a scrapyard.
I know. What got your grandfather involved?
That was pretty spontaneous. He was over, and we had a different idea for him. We were going to do like sort of like a skit thing, and then we just started playing, and he just jumped in there and just started dancing and singing, and it was just hilarious. And he said, "Well, let's just do that," and it just worked with him. And everyone loves him. Everyone's like, "Where's Gramps?" So.
What was the first tune you guys wrote together?
Oh man. One of the first ones we wrote together is one of our singles right now. It's called Caged.
Yeah.
And a lot of our songs sort of start with the riff, it's like a very simple riff. I wrote Cage and Logan. Then it starts with the riff. It always starts with the riff. Then, we go from there.
Yeah, a lot of our songs we wrote just started with like riffs, and some of them we posted on social media. They were just like you see in our videos. Our song "Big Bad Now" was a riff that Will spontaneously just created in the moment when we were filming
in the junkyard.
And now it's we made that into the actual song. And yeah.
And did you guys have that chemistry from the get-go when you started jamming? Did you just Will, you are like a riff guy.
Yeah.
Do you play solos and stuff, or are you mainly a riff guy?
Yeah, I play solos as well. Actually, I was a jazz major at school, so I love jazz. I love all styles of music. I've studied, Wes Montgomery, Pat Martino, Joe Pass. Studied metal guys. But
so you play all the notes.
all the but I'm definitely heavily influenced by James Hetfield and his playing. I was a major Metallica fan. I studied Metallica. I love their music. I love the way Hetfield writes riffs. I love the way Hammett writes riffs. I love the way Mustaine writes riffs. The notes they choose, rhythmically what they do. So yeah, definitely, I'm definitely influenced by like heavy thrash riffs, and that's definitely, you can hear that in our music.
Yeah, I can hear it. How about you, Logan? Who are your guys?
Man, I'm influenced by a lot of different musicians. Not just drummers. I feel like I'm more I'm more influenced by bands as a whole than just drummers. I really like Nirvana. I like Rage Against the Machine. I like a lot of Metallica too, Sabbath, Zeppelin. But honestly, I take so much inspiration from a lot of drummers, but there's not really like a drummer that like I idolize or anything. I feel like a lot of drummers don't actually get to shine in their band. They're told to like hold down the fort and keep time. And I would love to see more drummers, especially in rock, sort of like what Keith Moon did, actually like show what they've got, and instead of being told they're overplaying, actually be seen as artists, not just metronomes.
Yeah. To sort of what Logan's saying, like, in a lot of our Instagram videos, it's like I'm, playing a very steady riff. I'm almost the backbone. I'm holding down the time, and Logan is the one that lets loose and, is an artist on that kit. And I'm sort of, and you sort of think of it as the other way. Usually it's the drummer holding down the beat, whereas the guitar player goes crazy. It's sort of the opposite in our case.
Yeah. Well, I noticed in your song, is it Cargo Cult?
Yeah.
You guys have these like these big choruses and then these lead-ins to the chorus. Like, is it natural to write like that, or are you like hearing a crowd sing that when you're writing that? Because it's definitely, I don't know if you were intentionally doing it, but that's what I hear. I hear that the big chorus is almost like you wrote them to be sung to you, like arena rock.
Yeah. I don't know. I love, that's, I always try to write good hooks and that people can sing back to you. Definitely.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I think you said, like there's this section before, like there's, in a lot of our music, there's like we sort of use riffs as pre-choruses in many ways.
Yeah.
And in Cargo Cult, there's that riff right before the chorus, and that happened pretty spontaneously. We sort of, and I think, I don't try to remember the first song we did that as, but we sort of liked that formula and said, well, let's roll with that. Use heavy riffs as sort of a lead-in section to the chorus.
Have the duality between like the riffing and the jamming, but also like the song, because Will and I love to jam and we love to go crazy, but we also like melody, and we have very diverse tastes. So like we weren't just gonna write music that was just like straight up heavy riffs, because that's not all that we are as musicians. So we try to incorporate like some of our, pop song structure ideas that we genuinely like with the other stuff we like, which is like the heavy riffs and the like.
Yeah. So a lot of cats your age, man, they're not playing rock and roll. Do you guys kind of pride yourselves on being this handful of young guys that are not only doing it, but doing it really good?
Thank you. Yeah, I definitely realize that there aren't many young people into rock. It's pretty sad to see. It's such a beautiful thing, rock and roll, whatever it is, and to see like so many young people like almost dismissing it as something that's some people they would say is corny is makes me pretty sad.
Yeah.
And I think I think it's important for more young people to actually play instruments and really try to perfect their craft, whether it's guitar, drums, or anything. If that answers your question.
Yeah.
It does.
There's hope. We were last night. We went to go see 3 Days Grace in Austin, and it was really nice of them. Really, they let us on stage and play a song with them, which was very kind of them. And like very young crowd, going crazy. Crowd surfing, and it was so fun. Yeah, it was so much fun. It gave us hope for the future, and young people into rock.
Yeah, I think rock music. Well, people say it's making a comeback. I don't think it ever went away. It kind of comes in seasons. Yeah, if that makes any sense.
Totally.
That's a term that a producer told me a long time ago. Like bands have different seasons, but now I understand what he meant.
Yeah, it's like waiting for that next wave of something.
As a two-piece, do you guys plan on remaining a two-piece? Because what you do, I think, is really cool. And you make it work, and you don't make it what's the word I'm looking for? Cliche or novelty. Like the riffs are there, and Logan, your drumming is just right there in the pocket. Plus, you do a lot of great fills. Do you plan on keeping it a two-piece?
Yeah, definitely. So many people say for us to get a bass player, but we don't want to. It would take away from chemistry, I think.
Yeah, and the way that Jakir has produced our music, the way that he's been able to capture the low end, we don't really need one. And our setup is the band Royal Blood.
Yeah.
Kind of like the opposite of them. The bass player, he's able to get a top end and make his bass sound like a guitar. I'm able to get a guitar and sort of get the bass in there. And I use the whammy pedal and a bass 9 pedal, so I can get. So a lot of our songs are written like in open C tuning, or not open C, but standard C tuning. So the low E would be a low C. So it's pretty low in general, and I can also get a C lower than that C. Pedal. So the way that the pedals and the technology we use, as well as how Jakir has produced our music, and he's able to get the low end, we don't really need a bass player.
Right on, man. Right on. So when Jakir reached out to you, did you guys know who he was?
I knew a lot of I didn't know who he was, but I knew a lot of the music he had done, and then researched him being
really popular record.
Yeah, and like I was blown away. Like a lot of the music I really liked, Modest Mouse, and like music that he's worked on, and with looking at the artists he worked, I was blown away. And
it was so exciting. Yeah, it was when he reached out to us, it was a dream come true. Something that felt like it wasn't possible because we were just these kids making videos, and he's this accomplished, amazing producer wanted to work on.
How does that feel? Like me coming up, we didn't have like Instagram and TikTok. How did that feel? Like you guys put something out and every day there was more views and more hits or more likes or whatever. How did that feel to you guys? Like people were actually watching and responding to it.
It was weird. It almost didn't feel real because, it's not really tangible. It's just you're looking at a screen on a phone and you're seeing all these real people comment on it. It's weird.
It's almost like you think it's normal when it starts happening. Like sometimes I see like the follower number and you actually start to look at it as if it's a number and not actually people. Like it's weird because like it's hard to kind of process like that these are all people across the world watching you. It's like because it's so new of a thing too. Like I feel like we're still learning what like music on the internet even does. I don't know.
Yeah. No, it's true. What's the coolest place? Like, can you tell from your analytics, like where people are listening and where you're getting more plays and so forth?
Yeah. We have like a lot of our followers, like I'd say nearly 10% of our followers are from Brazil, which I think is really cool. Of course, they love metal down there. I've watched a ton of clips of Metallica live in Brazil. I just think that's really cool. In Argentina, a lot of South America, as well as, of course, United States. That probably makes
the
us
number one, I think.
Yeah, a little over 50% is United States, a little bit in the UK, and some in South America, looking at our analytics.
Did anyone else approach you before Jakir?
Yes, some small-time producers.
Yeah, there are a lot of people like when we first started posting videos that not just producers but artists too. Like Skrillex followed us and reached out to us, which was totally surreal.
That was
he was messaging us. He was like, "Where are you guys from?" And it was very exciting, and that felt like the opening to like
that was incredible,
really special. And very recently, like a lot of bands have been reaching out to us, and it's been really amazing that they would check us out. Like it's a dream come true.
Yeah. And we opened for Stone Temple Pilots back in May, and that was just a dream come true.
Yeah,
a dream.
3 shows with them
as major fans of their music.
They're one of your favorite.
Yeah. I saw that. I think you guys were here in New York when they did the show. You guys opened that show, I believe. I wasn't in town, but I've been following you since I discovered you, and I was kind of bummed that I wasn't in town to go see that show.
It was super fun at the Palladium in New York City.
Yeah,
and those guys were they cool to you?
Oh, the coolest dudes. Those guys are
so
down
nice.
to earth, so nice, warm, welcoming.
The nicest guys in rock.
Yeah, some of the nicest guys in rock. Those DeLeo brothers.
Yeah. Were you able to talk shop with the DeLeos, like Dean and his unorthodox rhythm writing?
They're the coolest dudes. I talk to them a lot. Actually, I talk to Dean all the time. He just calls me. I call him.
I know, man.
Yeah, it's incredible.
It
doesn't feel real.
So Robot Monster came out of pretty much the beginning of the pandemic. How soon was it before you were playing live? Because everything was shut down. Were you guys doing like your own shows maybe in your backyard, or
the show, believe it or not, that we ever played live technically was opening for Stone Temple Pilots in May in New York.
Seriously.
Yeah.
Just a little private showcase, which was technically a show, but our actual first show that people bought tickets for was opening for STP.
Wow.
No clubs.
Do you realize how fortunate you are?
Oh yeah. How much of how much is a unicorn situation this is?
I know.
It's really
Well, it's really deserved because you guys took a medium that people use every day to showcase some type of talent, and whatever you guys did, one of you guys said it was like lightning in a bottle, and I spend my time around bands. I tour, I see bands all the time, and you guys caught my ear when I downloaded the TikTok app, and I remember thinking like, pardon my French, holy shit. Like these guys know. And like I said, I love 2-piece bands. I love when they can make it work. Plus a dollar split's better 2 ways than 3 ways.
Mm-hmm.
What are your plans, man? Do you have any touring plans coming up?
Yeah. So we're doing another show with STP in September. Then we're in late October, we're doing a tour with the band The Bronx.
Yeah,
super excited. From Pennsylvania down to Memphis. Super excited.
And then more shows after that is the plan. Just to gig and spread the word.
Yeah, are you guys ready for the road?
Oh yeah. Oh, well,
I'm
yeah,
excited.
I'm excited.
Um,
Got some more work to do, but
yeah,
we're
it's
very
going to
excited.
be something that we've never experienced before. So I'm so excited.
Right on. What about your album? I think it comes out August 18th.
That's right, August
Yep.
18th. So right now we have 3 of those songs are currently out on streaming platforms, but the rest of the album will be out August 18th on streaming platforms. But right now you can still get our vinyl, which is this full album. It's currently available if you want.
Yeah, you can buy the vinyl on our website,
Yeah.
which has all the songs on it.
Yeah.
You could also buy t-shirts and some merchandise.
Yeah.
But the full vinyl will be out on streaming services and everywhere August 18th.
Mhm.
So that's
August 18th, but you can buy the vinyl right now on
You
your
can
website. I'm sorry.
The vinyls, been available since I don't know already. Been available for a
It's
while.
out. You
Yeah,
can buy it.
you can buy robotmonstermusic.com.
So let me ask you one thing, man. Now that you got an album coming out, you got some touring coming up. Are you still going to be recording the videos in the wrecking yards and so forth?
Yeah,
Is that your thing that you're going to keep doing?
oh yeah, that's just so much fun. It's just so much fun doing that. It's just
and it's a great way to put ourselves out there. Like we realize like you don't necessarily need to have your music blowing up to start spreading your name. It's like nowadays it seems like you could get people to watch you or listen to you anyway, then it's still exposure. And we want to stay true to like our grassroots kind of thing that we've developed. We both believe that you can be yourselves. You don't have to like fit into some sort of like cookie cut formula and aesthetic to be a legitimate band. And some people might not take us seriously because we're posting videos in like the junkyard and with grandpa, but it doesn't matter because it's getting people to listen to us, and it's true to us. So we will keep making stuff like that and evolving new things.
And that's good, man, because you guys are doing something that was really cool. You know, I think it was. I don't know. My opinion doesn't count for anything. But are you ready for this ride that you're about to take?
I'm ready. I'm
ready.
I'm definitely ready.
But I don't believe it myself.
Yeah. Well, I think I'm pretty
because
denial too.
I'm just some kid from New Haven, Connecticut. It's not can't be real.
Man, well, I wish you nothing but luck, man. I definitely would love to see you guys live. I'm gonna order your vinyl. Where can people find you online on social media and so forth?
You can find us on every platform. Instagram is like our main platform. So search Robot Monster Music. You'll find us right away on Instagram. We post lots of content. Then you can also find us on Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube, Facebook, etc.
Yep.
Awesome. Well, man, my podcast, it's called Is Breakfast Included?
It's breakfast.
So
It's like great.
once you start touring, you're going to be using that phrase a lot when you're in hotels. Like, is the breakfast included? If breakfast was included, each one of you, what would you have?
I would have some scrambled eggs with some chocolate chip pancakes and a coffee because I'm definitely a coffee addict. If I'm allowed to say that.
Yes.
I have some oatmeal.
There's always an oatmeal eater.
Oh yeah.
Right on.
What
Well, I'm sorry.
What would you have?
Man, everyone that knows me, I eat pancakes. I'm a pancake connoisseur. I can tell you where all the best pancake places are.
Please, you gotta tell me where to get some good pancakes.
We'll definitely keep in touch, and I hope I cross paths with you guys, man, at some point.
Yeah, I would love to meet up after a show or anything.
Definitely, man. I do appreciate you guys taking the time to do this. Like I said, I've been a fan since I found you guys on TikTok in 2020. And
Wow.
I think I messaged Will first, and he pointed me in Jakir's direction, and they set all this up. But man, I wish you guys nothing but luck. And thanks for your time today.
You man.
Thank you so much for having us.
Thanks for having us.
Means a
Your
lot.
kind words.
Album release August 18th on all the streaming platforms, but you can order it right now at robotmonstermusic.com.
That's
Yep.
it. Yep.
That is
Cool,
correct.
man. All right, guys. Have a great day.
Thank you so much. Take care. Have a
You
great
too.
week.
Right on. Will and Logan of Robot Monster. Like I said, you can find out more about them at robotmonstermusic.com. Tour dates, merch, music, everything you need to know. You can find them on social media at Robot Monster Music everywhere. TikTok, Instagram, Facebook. Again, their album was just released yesterday. Debut album, that is. They just announced some tour dates with the Bronx. Go check them out. You won't regret it. Like I said, remember that name. They're going to be huge. All right, guys, I am done. Have a great day, and I'll talk to you next week.